Kirk's ex-boyfriend Kabat Shalom was on Ellen DeGeneres' show being all fake and gay. And if you know about Kabat having a pizza tattoo on his lip.
Living in China and doing a lot of work with the victims from sex trafficking, work with a orphanage in Romania.
I lived out here. I was here for 5 years. I never dated here because I saw vicariously through my
Pizza and Erika Kirk. Sounds strange hearing those two in the same sentence, right? But that's exactly where this story begins. Erika Kirk's ex, Cat Phillips, had a hidden pizza tattoo on the inside of his lip, the kind of tattoo you wouldn't even notice unless he deliberately showed it. When that image surfaced online, people didn't just shrug it off as some random edgy ink. They started digging. Old captions, old memes, old interactions. One comment that caught attention was, "One bite, everyone knows the rule." And the fact that Cat had engaged with it only fueled more curiosity. On the surface, sure, that could just be internet humor, and honestly, it very well could be. But because the word pizza has been referenced in controversial conspiracy discussions in the past, with no verified proof connecting it to this situation, which is important to clarify, some people immediately became suspicious. That's when the narrative started layering itself. Then there's the relationship timeline. Publicly, it was said that dating began in 2018, but Instagram interactions from 2017 seemed to suggest something slightly different. Maybe it's just a memory mix-up, maybe it's a simple timeline blur. But when someone's public image feels carefully curated, even small inconsistencies get magnified. After that came the major jump, Cat's sudden mainstream exposure. Following a viral prank, he appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show, hosted by Ellen DeGeneres, introduced to millions with a clean, family-friendly spotlight. In television, segments aren't random. There are screenings, approvals, production schedules. Everything is structured. Some reports suggested that the prank segment may have been cleared before it fully exploded online. If that's accurate, it would imply a controlled rollout rather than a purely spontaneous viral moment. Then people started rewinding further, noticing that Ellen had referenced pizza multiple times over the years, including the famous 2014 Oscars pizza delivery bit and other recurring jokes. On their own, those moments seem harmless, just part of a running gag. But when repetition appears within a context of suspicion, the internet starts connecting dots. Another layer came from background connections. Cat's father reportedly had ties in political circles, and his brother, Barrett, later became a minister at Cornerstone Chapel. Media, religion, politics, all overlapping within the same extended network. Individually, none of that is unusual. Plenty of families have diverse careers and connections, but when someone rises quickly into the mainstream and there are visible overlaps of influence, people start using words like groomed or positioned, not necessarily in an illegal sense, more in terms of strategic career elevation. And to be clear, strategic image building is absolutely real in entertainment. PR teams shape narratives, timing is calculated, exposure is managed. That's standard industry practice. Things became even more intense when the tragic passing of Stephen Twitch Boss was pulled into online speculation, despite official reports describing it as a personal tragedy with no verified hidden connection. And this is where it's critical to draw a line. Speculation is not evidence. As of now, there is no concrete proof confirming any organized hidden network connected to these individuals. But here's where psychology comes in. The human brain is wired to recognize patterns. When you see a hidden symbol, repeated references, timeline inconsistencies, sudden platform boosts, and cross-industry connections all clustered within one storyline, coincidence can start to feel unlikely, even if it is just coincidence. At the same time, we also have to acknowledge something else. Algorithms amplify narratives. Once you watch one video suggesting a connection, your feed starts showing you 10 more. That echo chamber effect can make a loose theory feel airtight. And that doesn't mean every suspicion is wrong, it just means perception can be intensified. There are two extremes to avoid here. One is blindly believing there's a massive hidden operation without verified proof. The other is instantly dismissing any question as crazy or irrational. Reality usually lives somewhere in the gray area. It's entirely possible this is nothing more than strategic media timing and internet overanalysis. It's also possible that media pipelines and influence networks operate more strategically than the public realizes, which again is common in entertainment. What matters is separating facts from interpretations. Fact, the tattoo exists. Fact, the mainstream appearance happened. Fact, there are family connections in different spheres. Interpretation, those pieces are intentionally interconnected. Assumption, there was a hidden agenda. Those are three very different levels of claim. Critical thinking means not confusing them. So instead of asking, is this definitely a conspiracy? Maybe the better question is, what do we actually know for certain? When information feels incomplete and patterns seem to repeat, curiosity grows, doubt grows. That's natural. But jumping from curiosity to certainty without evidence is where things fall apart. In the end, no verdict is being handed down here, just layers laid out, because awareness doesn't mean paranoia, and skepticism doesn't mean hostility. It simply means observing carefully, questioning thoughtfully, and verifying before concluding. Whether this entire situation is coincidence amplified by the internet or a carefully managed narrative that only looks organic, that's something only solid evidence could confirm. Until then, the smartest position isn't blind belief or blind dismissal, it's balanced analysis.